Welcome to the very first week of 2024. So, as we step into the dawn of the new year, I hope this message finds you full of hope, inspiration, and this year, a sprinkle of the magic that 2024 brings into our lives. We enter the week of January 1st to the 7th, a time when resolutions are made, goals are set, the energy of new possibilities is in the air. Whether you're diving headfirst into ambitious plans or savoring quiet moments of reflection, know that the universe is aligning to support your journey. As we begin to embrace the energies of the first week, let's carry the momentum of fresh starts, the optimism of new beginnings. This is your canvas to paint with intentions and dreams and desires and goals. A cosmic invitation to create and shape the chapters of your unfolding story. I'm truly grateful to have you here, sharing in this cosmic adventure. So let's navigate the celestial currents and explore the insights for the week, and infuse these first days of the year with positivity and purpose. So stay tuned as we go to the cards to unravel the threads from January 1st through to the 7th. I'm excited to share my insights, offer guidance, and be a part of your journey into this bright new year. Wishing you love and joy in a week filled with magic. So let's make it an amazing 2024. And now for your personal tarot, sun, moon, or rising sign focus. I'll see you there. Welcome, Taurus. This is your weekly focus for January the 1st through to the 7th, 2024. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thanks for joining me, and let's get right to the cards, shall we? Okay, our underlying energy for the week is the King of Wands. King of Wands is stop waiting for everything to be picture perfect before you start going forward. I know we need a plan. I know we need a strategy. I know we need a to-do list, but we have to start doing in order to see things starting to work in our life. We can't just keep envisioning them, thinking about them, rewriting them, re-examining them. This is an energy that says we want to think a little bit about what we want to do. We want to think about that big picture, and then we're going to think about the first steps we need in order to step towards that big picture. And then when we have that kind of planned out, then we take action, and then we will come back and we'll reevaluate what worked, what didn't work. Where do I need to improve? Where do I need to pull it back? Where do I need to add more energy? And under a full moon energy, anything that we are starting, really, we hit brick walls really fast. We hit those hurdles. We feel like we're getting pushed back because something in our life is not allowing us to take that step that we want to take. And that's the time when we reflect on what do we need to do. But don't stay in reflection, okay? The Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands, this is about growing that horizon bigger. This is about seeing all the potential that can possibly be in your life. So I'd like you to make a little bit of a list of just some potentials that could be in 2024 for you. Now, first of all, it's an 8 year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 is an 8. And the 8 energy is about growing your abundance, usually financial abundance. So we learn, we grow, we learn some more, we grow some more, we apply all that, and then we still end up growing and learning more. So where do you want the growth to be? How do you want the growth to take place? Are there different ways of doing that? And the list isn't a map to go forward. The list is the potentials of what each possible route could offer. And we might pick out several of those routes because it's not so much about the destination. It is about the journey. especially with this card. It's about enjoying and taking in things that you normally would have skipped over had you just been an A to B kind of person. But it's time to expand. It's time to realize that there are some potentials that we could learn some things. We could hone a skill. We could start a relationship. We could reignite the spark in an existing relationship. We can work on our spirituality. How can we work on it? Maybe we'll include meditation, gratitude. Maybe we'll start going to a place where other people gather that are like-minded like you in their spirituality. Maybe you want to start working out. Maybe you want to explore yoga or Reiki, or maybe you want to start weightlifting or Zumba classes, whatever it might be for you. Join the volleyball team. There's another potential. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles as our next card. So you are holding on to something. Maybe you have a fear of losing it. That could be. Like if you let it go, if you set it free, you worry that it will dissipate in your life. Maybe it's something that needs to dissipate in your life, though. Even if it's momentarily, even if it's for a short term, so that you can utilize long term better. Maybe it's freeing up time or energy or resources or your vitality in some way. And maybe it's putting new things into place in order to increase those things in your life in one way or another. And we have the High Priestess. Well, there is magic all around you. Absolutely, when the High Priestess shows up. But more importantly, the High Priestess asks you to sit in quiet contemplation and to look within and to see your talents, your abilities, the unique you, the unique self that makes you whole, the magic that lays within. And understanding how to bring that magic out and embracing that magic that you own. It's your birthright. And allowing it to move you forward in the direction that you want to take. Many times, we trip across things that people told us when we were small, when we were young, and really we start out in this world, we want one main thing, we want love. Love is by far the thing that we thirst for the most in our lives. But it's also about respect and being included. And so when somebody told you shouldn't do something, you didn't do it because you wanted to be accepted, you wanted to be liked, you wanted to be loved. And so often that has put a muzzle on a gift and ability that you have. Maybe you're just a natural on stage, but they always told you to be quiet. They always told you, oh my gosh, you trip over your words, you're not making sense. You don't even do complete sentences. Get off the stage. That was their opinion. That wasn't really, unless they were making millions of dollars and they were telling you this, it was simply their opinion, okay? Or maybe they were shocked at your bravery of doing it and they thought, well, I would never be that brave. I can't believe they had the nerve to get up on that stage and say what they did. You know, maybe your art teacher told you that you sucked at drawing. You know? Don't take this as a career path, they told you. Maybe a student overheard it when they said it. You're in grade 4 or grade 3 or something, and you just drew this picture and you thought it was great. The teacher comes along and just tears it to shreds. The person who sits next to you heard everything. Well, now you start thinking, I'm never going to draw again. I'm never going to let people see a personal side of me or my artwork. I can't believe nobody will like me. Nobody will accept me. Nobody will love me if I do stuff like this. And so you cram it away. The High Priestess says to bring it back out. It is your magic. It is your superpower. Okay, work and career. The Eight of Pentacles. You expect more of yourself going forward. You know that you've done some great things in the past. Absolutely. You are looking at your fine works, actually. These are your accomplishments, these are your skills, your talents, your abilities, the way you do it like nobody else can. And yet, here you are, and you're looking at them, and you're maybe a part of you is going, wow, I am good. I never really looked at my work before, but yeah, I'm good at what I do. And you are now raising the bar. You know you have to roll up the sleeves. You know it's going to be long term, and you don't care. In fact, you're ecstatic that you're raising the bar on yourself. You don't care what it takes. You know you have more than the potential you've shown the world, and you are about to show them so much more. So when it comes to work, when it comes to career, I would start looking at what promotions are available within the company that you work in. Or if you're not working, or if you're working, what aligns with who I am and what I can do so well. And go and search or create it yourself. Perhaps you can turn it into a business of your own. But you are definitely raising the bar on yourself when it comes to what you could do, your talents, your ability. You are understanding just how worthy and deserving you are and how much value you bring to the table. Relationships. Five of Swords, people always have an opinion, don't they? You might come across a couple of situations, or a situation, a major situation, or maybe some little spatterings of, and we're talking about relations here. We're talking about love. We're talking about your significant other. We're talking about the people you hold closest to your heart. And I, 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 I think they're telling you, in some way, they're telling you how you should be going forward, or what you should be doing, or how you should be loving them, or, it's something that just doesn't sit well with you. Whatever they're saying, you're kind of like, oh, I didn't know you felt that way, kind of attitude. Um, and some of it, well, I think when that happens and we're criticized, we want to just build the wall as fast as we can to block them out, which can be done, and it might be necessary to do. Maybe this person has always been criticizing you, and this is finally the straw that broke the camel's back. So this is you standing in your truth. And so there might be some arguments, there might be some discussions, there might be, a little bit of space put into some relationships because of a difference in values, a difference in beliefs. Now, on the other hand, they could be saying some things that kind of rings true, and it hurts even more when it's true, right? And so we don't want to acknowledge it. We simply are just going to ignore them until they stop talking about it because, oh my goodness, I can't believe you're saying that. And that's your pride getting in the way. That is a bad sense of ego, and you're not protecting yourself now. You're not hearing their words. You're not admitting that, yeah, I probably should try to do more of that, or be more like that, or contribute in that way. So be careful, pick your battles very, very wisely here, I would say, when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships. Some of those words might be just them venting, but other words might, especially if they ring close to home, you might want to pay attention to them. You might want to understand where you can make the relationship better by adhering to their wants, their needs, their words, their worries, their concerns, their whatever it may be that comes at you. Okay, but we don't want to burn bridges here. We don't want to just say, I ain't listening to you no more. If you're going to be like that, you take it in, but then pull it back and think about it. Okay, meditate on the conversation. Think it through. Does it anger you? Why does it anger you? Because that's the next important question to ask. I can say, well, they made me mad, so I'm not talking to them anymore. Well, what did they make you mad about? What actually happened? Because when you start to look at that, you might say, well, because I'm right. But, I messed up. Because that's all they want to hear from you, anyways, is, I didn't realize it. Thanks for having this conversation with me. I may not be great tomorrow, the next day, next year, but I will at least try to do this in my life for you. If you're dating, you're going to be very opinionated if you're dating, okay? Um, You'll be like, next, next, next. You'll easily see any red flag that appears, and you'll be more than ready to just grab it and say, look what I found, a red flag. You're out of here. So I think it's probably not the best week to find somebody unless they, you know, love that about you. But I think your opinions come more to the surface. You may not say it out loud, but you'll definitely be thinking and critiquing and actually criticizing some of the little mannerisms or things they do, or what they thought of was a great date, whatever it might be. So it's better to work on ourselves, understand our truth a little bit better, who we want to be within relationships. Okay, and be open to different experiences. Go a little bit more with the flow. Okay, for spirituality, we have the Two of Swords. If there's decisions to be made, I mean, this is kind of, we're going within, and there are decisions to be made, and we're giving it great thought, deep thought. Now, this decision could be something that we don't want to do, even though we know it's in our best interest to take that step forward. We don't want to. So we'll dig a little bit farther and see if we can come up with something else. Another thing is, the decision we make might affect other people. More than likely, it will affect other people. And so we want to be loved. We want to be respected. We want to be included. We don't want to be shunned. We don't want to be ridiculed. We don't want to, shame on you for even thinking of that kind of attitude. So I think this takes great courage, and there's a lot of emotion that is here. So I almost, in your mind, sit in a movie theater and watch the conversation play out, or watch the situation play out, the decision you need to make. And maybe it could be this or this, and play them both out and play with them a little, and start to pay attention to how your body is feeling while you're watching these movies. Are you happy? Are you relaxed? Are you tense? Is your brow furrowing? You almost think I Botox, but I don't. I see the reflection of me. I'm like, I can't really make that face. I guess I don't make it too often. Okay, onwards. Health and well-being. Look at this, the Fool. You have this air of vitality about you. You want to travel. You want to go on adventures. You want to, this is a very youthful kind of energy. And so do it. Do it. If you want to get out there and do things, do it. If you want to go for an adventure, do it. If you want to travel right now, I would say do it. This is new experiences and new slices of life and trying things out, but there's an energy and a vitality behind it. So this is the new and improved you kind of energy. Okay, we will get a Circle of Doors Tarot, quickly becoming, this deck is amazing, I tell you. Quickly becoming one of my favorites. I don't think I would use it for an actual layout. Maybe in time I would. I hear this chewing in the background. I know Dylan has found a box or something, or he'll go in the recycling bin and take stuff out and chew it. It sounds like cardboard. Anyways, the Seven of Shells, patience. The Seven of Shells, patience. Planting sparks of hope in the cool soil. Each seed an ever returning embrace. Remembrance, I'm sorry. I'll start over. Planting sparks of hope in the cool soil. Each seed an ever-returning remembrance, by the rising and falling of the days and years. I rise and fall across timeless life and infinite death. By sowing my faith, I shall reap my freedom. Only in time can you feel the joy of anticipating a joyous event. Only in space can you feel the exhilaration of traveling to a compromising destination. This life is a song full of intervals and silence between the notes. So we are invited to relax and enjoy the journey's long, winding path. Your actions will always have consequences beyond your understanding, so release your attachment to the outcome. Never thought of it, but the Four of Pentacles, holding on to something, not being able to release something. Your actions will always have consequences beyond your understanding, so release your attachment to the outcome and trust that the world will reflect back to you the contents of your heart, mind, and will. Your outer life is a mirror for your inner life, so treat every person, place, and thing as a piece of yourself. So what kind of hidden qualities, what kinds of hidden beauty and tranquility can you find outside the village's rushing busyness? What sorts of moments are worth waiting for a lifetime for? What sorts of moments are worth waiting a lifetime for? What would you do if you knew you could not fail? Your affirmations for this week is: the world is my trusted partner in the act of creation. I see my ambitions on the scale of decades. I always persevere through uncertainty. My efforts always have an impact. And I've decided to add Louise Hay Powerful Thought Oracle cards. And I'm going to fan them out and feel through them. And we'll pick a card here. I mean, even if I was like somehow cheating here, I could not find a card this fast to kind of blend it all together. Okay? I let go of all expectations. I flow freely and lovingly with life. I love myself. I know that only good awaits me at every turn. So, I let go of all expectations. And yes, I was cheating, in case you wanted to know. Okay? I flow freely and loving with life. I love myself. I know that only good awaits me. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.